Coast, and then he came to the West Coast around May 7th or something. May 7th.
May 7th.
And then a few days afterwards he gave the Gnan Vidhi. And then he came to our house a few days afterwards. After Ramila had taken Gnan, and I hadn't taken Gnan, but she had taken Gnan. And when she entered, you said,
when as soon as Dada came to our house in 1982, it wasn't a Gnan Vidhi. Before Gnan Vidhi he came. So when he came in the house, he stand right there and he sees this. And he says, "Oh, Niruben, look at this. This is not a house, this is a temple." So I told him, "Dada, yes, this is a temple. When this house was building, that time we gave this small picture of this to Hare Krishna people to paint. And so this wall, when it was done, they came and put it. And when there was an earthquake of 7.2 in California, that time even not a single inch has moved."
Wow.
So that is amazing, you know, that is the Dada's.
Can you explain who is with Krishna?
Radha Krishna.
But who's with him? What's her name again?
Radha.
What is her name?
Radha.
Radha, that's right.
This
Radha.
is Krishna, and the lady is Radha Krishna.
And this Hare Krishna people, they have a belief of putting hands on the cow.
Devotion
So
to the
they have
Krishna.
done that. We didn't tell them.
But anyway, what happened, this he's first entered here.
Yeah.
And then he sat here on this chair. And then he did. There were very few people, 8 or 10 people only. And then
As soon as he is walking and he's coming here, there was a zebra skin lying there. Yeah. And he's putting on a step and then he says, "Dead animal. Zebra is here." Then I said, "Dada, sorry, you know, my uncle from Africa, when we moved this house, he brought this. So I'm sorry, Dada, we'll move it." He said, No, now it has walked Jnani's feet on it. So, you know, it is a pavitra.
Wow.
So then he's come and sit in this chair. And I used to have a lamp here. There was a lamp here, and it was a hanging lamp with a lot of money plant growing. And this chair was where I am sitting here. Huh?
Okay.
The day I took a Gnan, that night I just came and Dada told me, "Don't show it to him. Just keep it near your bed. Just look at me to read the Charan Vidhi. Keep it there and sleep. But every day morning when you wake up, you see that and do the Charan Vidhi." So now, next day morning, we are all getting ready to go, children going to school and everything. And we hear, "Tabak!" Big fall. And that lamp broke. That time, my knowledge of Dada's Gnan was so amazing. I didn't feel nothing. I said, "Oh, that is what happened."
Yes.
But no feelings of anger or why it happened, what not, you know,
Wow.
nothing. And that was that lamp.
That was perfect.
Then sometimes you might see Dadas sitting here in this chair and there is a lamp. You might see
That's the
somewhere.
lamp.
So then what happened is he sat down and he had some satsang here. Very few people were there, 10 or 12. And then he visited the house.
Yeah.
And then he went to a room upstairs. We'll show you.
Now as soon as he's coming up, because he came in the morning from people's house and I was going to drop him back by 4 o'clock. So after lunch, Dada is going up. As soon as he's going up in the room towards my room, then Ramila, don't know how I got that thing, that my bedspread is used, so how can I make Dada sleep there? I don't know, that came, okay? So I said to Dada, this room is never used, it is all new cover and everything. So he slept at the opposite, that room, you know. And that room, now we have taken out the wall in between my bedroom and that room. And we are using that as a Dada's thing.
So anyway, only baat karo.
Pachi ke, now say it. Yeah.
बात करी थी।
So then what happened?
वो बात करो।
एक second मन क्या? Then what happened? The way Dada was going to my room and then I was going, I don't know how why I said that, right? Then Next time when Dada just came to stay, then he started sleeping in my room because we prepare everything for Dada, new. And now Siris, you say.
Yeah, this happened in the very first visit. So when he went up, we were showing, he went into a room, we'll show you. And there was an altar there, where I used to get up early in the morning. I was Kramik sadhana, reading scriptures and doing meditation and everything else. And I was at that time very much into Yogananda's teaching and meditation. So there's the altar had all the pictures of Yogananda and Christ and Krishna and Sai Baba. And then I got a picture of Dada, so we put the picture of Dada too. So Dada did the Vidi and everything very nicely. And then he says to me that all these pictures are there, it's good. But now you put my photograph and Shivananda Swami separate, and all the other gods in separately, So I didn't. I'll finish this story and then come back. But then what happened is I didn't understand why he said that, And I never did it. It was our first year, so
He put back photographs in the temple.
Yeah. So what happened? We didn't do that. And then when I went, I had an opportunity to go to India in 83. 83, when Dada didn't come.
December,
83, Dada didn't come to this country. So I went there. And then the very first question he asked me is, oh, did you put those photographs separate? It was in Baroda, okay? The first question, can you believe it? He remembers the link, huh? And then I said, no, Dada, I didn't. Then Dada didn't say anything. He said, just we tell to people who understand, But then I had an opportunity to spend 1 week with him in Ahmedabad. So at that time I asked him, why Dada did you ask me to put this separately? And then he says, the worship of Shivananda Swami and Dada is called direct bhakti. And that results in liberation. And this other bhakti that you are doing is indirect bhakti. And that results in punya karma. So you should that's good for worldly life, this is good for liberation. So that's how he explained that to me. And then after that Dada came, and then this first time also when he was going out, and as he was going out, he tells Niruma, look at this house, make a note of it. Every year we come here, we should spend 2 or 3 days in this house. The first day he said that.
3 days, he said, 3 days we will stay here.
Yeah. And then every year he came from 80, he didn't come in 83, 82, 83, 83 he didn't come, 84, 85, 86, 87. So he would visit Los Angeles twice because we had a very strong group. And the group formed because all over USA there was no groups. Only the first group of Dada Bhagwan was formed in Los Angeles. And the way it was formed was, we were already having a group. We had 6 people, we were studying Bhagavad Gita together. And we were studying the Gita. And then same group, all the 6 people took turn. And Dada came to all there were 3 couples. He went to everybody's house. So slowly as we were reading Gita, we started reading Dada's books, and then that group became Dada Bhagwan group. So that's how it continued.
But it was Dada's saying, okay? Before he is going, he says, remember this, you have got Jnana, but you have to read Dada's book only. If you read louder with all together, it will be a satsang. So we used to do satsang with 5 couple. And then slowly, we used to do that Swami Chinmayananda's thing, who am I?
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. And then slowly every time we are doing, Ramila will complain, Dada has said this, Dada has said this. And so slowly that went away and we became totally of Dada's thing. Yeah, and then we started going to people's house when Dada or Niruma or Deepak Bhai comes, and we take them to their house. That is how we started doing satsang. And it was Siris's idea to do satsang. And the next time when Dada came, he said, my goodness, you guys are doing satsang? I have never seen anybody doing satsang. So then we said, no Dada, we are doing satsang, but we didn't get not knowledge. We are still not in the knowledge. He says, but I know that you are knowing that you are not understanding the knowledge is still right. So you are separate. Dada said like that way.
So that's how the first
Satsang
group of
started.
Dada Bhagwan started in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then Dada came every year to this house, and he spent 2-3 days, and with lots of memories and photographs and videos from that. And then the one other next thing happened in this house in 1984, I believe. Dada came, and there were a few people, 10-15 people. And then Ramila was cooking there, and we only 5-10 people, So I complained to Dada, look at Ramila, she's not coming to satsang, she's just cooking and not interested. So Dada said, no, she's doing this seva. It is 10 times more than what you're listening to satsang, because the seva, with her seva, she's making sure that everybody is able to attend and enjoy.
Yeah.
So she's getting 10 times the benefit compared to sitting in the satsang. So I remember that very well. After
Very
83,
peaceful.
when Dada passed away in 87, then Niruma started coming here. So Niruma was first time in 88 she came and she stayed. In those days there was not too many. Niruma was just like us, like an ordinary Mahatma. There was no feeling that she can give Gnan or this or that. In fact, there was a lot of opposition for her to take Gnan, but this was her home, and she would come and spend a lot of time every year, and we would plan on what to do, and lots of those discussions happened here in this house, and then we formed the organization, and that's how it happened. So.
And
When did
first,
she start giving Nandidi?
Niruma started
Niruma.
giving. Niruma started giving the first year in 1889. She didn't give Gnanvidhi. She didn't even want anything recorded or anything like that. But then back home, I think around 91 or something, she started giving Gnan in India, and they said they didn't call it Gnan Vidhi. They call
Samarpan
it Samarpan Vidhi, means surrender Vidhi. Yeah, they said that.
and to Dada's picture.
Yeah, and then everybody would go to Dada's picture and surrender to Dada, and then she would give the same Gnan Vidhi, right? And then Deepak Bhai also, in the beginning, Deepak Bhai and Niruma used to come together. And then after a few years, they decided, no, let Niruma come at one time and Deepak Bhai come at different times, so they came separately. Until 2005, all the satsang happened in this house in Los Angeles.
And first
And
English
Niruma stayed
satsang.
here.
First English Gnanvidhi was here.
Yeah, right. First
here.
English Gnanvidhi.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was
Niruma
a
gave.
Yeah, there was a lady.
11 people.
What
Yeah.
year? What year was that first one?
85 or something. But
89.
anyway, what happened was there
89, Dada 87 ma gaya.
was
89.
Must be 89 or something like that.
After 2
Maybe
years.
1991. I don't know exactly. But what happened was there was a hospital, owner hospital.
Was it not when Shuddha was here? Was that the
No.
time?
No,
Or
he
was
wasn't
was
here.
later.
Sudha started joining in 91.
91.
92.
91.
92 Guru Purnima was here.
91.
Same temple where we are going all.
Yeah.
There we did Guru Purnima, first Guru Purnima of Dada.
Oh, wow.
That time we were all together.
How many were there at the first Gopurima? About
600, 400-500.
Wow.
But on the day of Guru Purnima we had 600.
wow.
So that was
That's amazing.
yeah. We all are going to be having satsang there only.
Wow.
So
But different hall.
very
But,
nice.
so anyway, then what I was saying about
Niruma.
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 Give the Gnanvidhi here.
English
Yeah.
Gnanvidhi. So it was there was a hospital administrator here, Scott. So I would talk to Dada Bhagwan. So one day we started talking about Dada Bhagwan and then Pratikaman, and then the guy was very impressed by Pratikaman. His name was Scott Cross, and he was the owner of our hospital here, and he liked Pratikaman. So the next time I met him, after I talked to him, he said, what, I've been doing this Pratikaman. And he took out a piece of paper from his, look, here it is in my pocket.
Oh, wow.
And then I talked to him about the Gnan Vidhi and said, I want to take the Gnan Vidhi. So Niruma was coming here, and I told him that's interest. So Niruma said, okay, we can give Gnan Vidhi. But we had no English Gnan Vidhi. It was already in Gujarati only. So all night long and previous day, me and Niruma did the translation of this Gnan Vidhi. It was not the exact same that we have now, but we did the best we could. And then we gave the Gnan Vidhi here.
That was the first
That was the
English?
first English Gnan
Wow.
Vidhi. Yeah. Scott Ross.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how many were at that one? The first
I
English?
don't remember, but maybe it was a small number, 5-6 people only.
Wow.
બધા છે ને 11 જણા હતા. With us, Niruma, we all were 11 people.
Yeah. What
Ushaben
grace.
પણ હતા ત્યારે.
Yeah,
Usha
Ushaben.
અને શૈલેશ હતા.
Beautiful.
So that was the first Gnan
Yeah.
Vidhi. And then, any questions you have?
I just have a question, just when you were talking about him coming here and just the Western Prakruti minds, or even your experience really with, did you have obstacles to believing in this path or accepting Dada who he was?
For me? For
Yeah, or did you see that in the
Ramila-
people that were coming to
for
satsang?
Ramila, it was instant. I think the previous life connection.
I know some connection. Because the first song I sang and he hit me at the back and he says, "You got it." That was the first thing. I didn't take the knowledge, but just he made me sing, and then I told him that, when I sing ordinary bhajan, I cry. The tear comes in my eyes. He says, "Let it come, but you sing." So I sang that. It says, I'm singing. तेरे चरण कमल में श्याम लिपट जाऊं रज बन के लिपट जाऊं रज बन के मेरी नस नस बस जाओ श्याम बरस जाओ रस बन के. Means this song meaning, I didn't know that time. I used to sing so many times everything. Ramila will cry and everything, but Ramila didn't know the meaning. But after Dada's knowledge, I know the meaning. Now I can say that in every vein of my blood is Dada, Dada, Dada. So that is the song meaning. Is that I want to touch your feet, and your feet, there is some sand or something, it touches me. And I want to become that, at your feet. And I want to be all the time, every minute, every second, be in your name only. I don't want the world. I just want you, and I want to be in whole my body. I am only you only. That was my song.
And you've stayed like that all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
And that is what Dada blessed me that time.
Yeah.
And that first time when I got knowledge, this lamp happened.
Amazing.
But that was something. And Dada came to our house. This is another thing. Ramila doesn't know, it must be of previous life only, because I had a coconut with flowers. Whoever sadhu sant comes at our house, I always used to give that, right?
Oh, it's auspicious. It's considered
Yeah.
auspicious.
Coconut.
And then,
Yeah.
and then I warm up the milk, I warm up the water, I kept the bowl ready and the thadi here, and Dada was sitting here, and I started washing. He gave me the feet to wash. And Ramila washed the feet with yogurt and 5 things ingredient. Milk, yogurt, sugar, but rock sugar, butter, ghee, and elaichi. You put in that.
What's
and
the
then
last thing?
elaichi means cardamom.
Cardamom.
And you wash first with the water, and then you take away, and then you do with the milk and all that thing fine. And then I put that, 45 people were there, okay? So in northern Indian people, they have charnamrut.
What's that?
Means that is milk, these 5 things in it,
Oh.
and every Diwali they drink. They serve it to God and then they drink that. And here I did the same thing with Dada's feet. And that 45 cups were there on the table, but everybody just touched it and went away, and they didn't drink. So Ramila, what she did, Siris, Ritesh and Sital, I made them by force drinking 2-3 glasses. Then they went. The next day morning again I kept it. I also drank, and then again I kept it in the refrigerator. By force again I made them drink that. And whatever left, Ramila drank it up, and it became Ramila separation. And that is the miracle power of Dada's feet washing
Yeah.
and drinking that,
Wow.
And that I still get, how did I get that idea? But I did it. So must be of previous life, it can't be this life. So that is the amazing.
And I liked it. I was not opposed to it. I had no resistance to it. But and then I started following the 5 Agnas, you know.
Now, but you have to tell us what happened to you 3 days behind.
Yeah, it was a short market though. And it was important, nothing like that. So, you know, what happened was the day there was a Gnan Vidhi, I was, Dada says, it was a Saturday. So Dada says, there's a Gnan Vidhi. So I said, okay, Dada, I will come. But on that day I was supposed to go on a hike in the mountains with some friends in Sierra Club. So I left in the morning, and then by the time we had a long hike, and by the time we came back it was quite late, and I was very tired.
But here, stop here. Here the thing what happened is, he's telling Dada, oh no, you are keeping Saturday, but I have a hike which is in the club. I have been signed to go tomorrow to do the hiking, and then I'll come at 6 o'clock. Will you wait for me? So Dada said yes. Can you believe? Dada said, promise him, I will wait for
Dada
you.
waited for you.
Yeah, and then here everybody's here, and some ladies goes on saying, Dada start it, he will come, Dada start it. But we all don't know what is that Jnana Vidhi. He also doesn't know how it is. And here I was cooking in the kitchen, and then Dada saw that Shirish must be sleeping at the home. So he called me, and he says, can you call Doctor, see where he is? So when I called, he was sleeping. So I said to him, my goodness, you are sleeping? Dada is waiting for you. He says, tell Dada start. Now he is giving permission to Dada. Start. We don't know Jnana Vidhi, huh? So he skipped that Jnana Vidhi whole. By the time, he says, tell Dada start. So by the time he came, Dada was teaching 5 Agnas. So he understood that 5 Agnas so beautifully. As soon as the 5 Agna was over, he ran to Dada and says, oh Dada, I am so happy. I now understand what you are saying, and this. Dada, you don't got the Jnana. I haven't done surgery.
I haven't done the separation.
Separation hasn't done.
So these words are only intellectual for you. The Jnana Vidhi is important.
Important, huh?
And
so then he says, Dada, now you have to give me the Jnana. Then Dada is testing him. Being a doctor, he has an office, it's going on. You have not greediness to come to behind Dada. Dada says, tomorrow we are going to San Francisco. He says, no, Dada, I will come to San Francisco. Then Dada says, but your office, you are seeing the patient and everything. You will close. Okay, I will give it to one of my other doctors to take care of it. But I will come. So Dada, go on testing him. And Dada said, okay. Then suddenly there are another 5-7 people got ready to do the Jnana. And he got the Jnana here only, after
Monday.
3 days.
In Monday. This was on Saturday.
Monday,
then we got Jnana on Monday.
So that is what happened. But Dada is just like a child, and he just agrees whatever, we do, but he will trick us around, So that is the thing.
Yeah, so the main thing is I took the Jnana, and then, the important thing was that thing he said, this doesn't work unless there's the Jnana Vidhi. So the Jnana Vidhi is the important part, not the 5 Agnas. 5 Agnas work only after you've taken the Jnana Vidhi. So he told me. I took the Jnana, and then the important was that I started following the 5 Agnas, because I had done a lot of spiritual work before, like many of you. And then I started seeing the difference. That now I was a little less angry, I could have less arguments with people. And then that's how I found out that this is something that really works, And then we had this satsang going on. I have to tell you one more thing also. This satsang was going on, but I didn't know Gujarati at that time. I mean, I know spoken Gujarati, but I didn't know reading Gujarati. And the first time we met, this Dada came here first time, and then we called him again, so he came second time. At that time I told Dada, this knowledge, how will I understand, and how will my children understand? we have to have this in English. The very first visit I told him, we have to have it in English. So he said to me, we'll have somebody translate one book at least in English. So somebody did Aptamani 1 when Dada went back, and we got it printed, but it was not good English, you know. So that's and then I asked Dada, said, I bless you to study Gujarati, and then you also translate all this work. So, you know, with Dada's blessing, the very first year he gave the blessing that this should happen, and his words has power, so it has happened, right?
But you knew Gujarati before, right?
Yeah, but only spoken Gujarati, not written.
Oh, so you had to
Because
study.
we grew up in Kenya, where English was the
second language.
No, English was the first language.
Gujarati.
Yeah, Gujarati was the language that we didn't give much importance, but even so, we spoke English in Kenya, in school and everything, all the subjects were English, everything. Gujarati was just one subject and then not important. So for me, I also skipped that part and I went to Bible class, so I don't have to study Gujarati. There was an alternative, you could skip Gujarati. But that's how it happened. And then, so he blessed me to learn Gujarati, so we learned it, and now it's really helping me understand and translate and everything.
You know, Dada's blessing is such that the words of Dada, he understands better than, sometimes I don't understand those meaning, but because of the blessing, he understands all those words. So that is something.
And then, of course, Dada came every year, and slowly the Guru Purnimas were there. We went to all the Guru Purnimas, and just the organization grew, and then I had responsibility in the organization also. So a lot of seva started. We didn't know we were doing seva. It was just happening. Natural, without thinking.
He will do what, you know, Dada is sitting here and he says, somebody says, oh Dada, they give the envelope of money to Dada. So Dada won't touch the money. Niruma will hold it, and then he'll say, this money you give it to Dr. Patel. Then he will say, no, Dada, I don't want to do anything. Please don't give me. I am forgetful. I don't do it. So many times he did like that. But at the end, when Dada passed away, Nirumaya says, now do all the things what you said no. So, you know, so that is how things happen. Then why Dada said to him, he knew that he was very sincere and, you know, to Dada's work and everything. And this money has to be used in the books or doing the temple. Dada, the first time when he was in LA, that time he mentioned that I'm getting a vision. When I was in India, one of the tree he was sitting to eat the lunch while passing. He had vision that there is going to be a temple there, Swami's, that is in Surat, first temple, you know. So Dada had that vision. So he talked about it here. And everybody was ready to do the things, you know. Whatever temple was Lord Krishna, then, oh, I'm going to do puja there. Shiv, I'm going to do puja there. So Swami, I'm going to... We signed the whole family in our house in the temple puja, you know. And I was sitting in the Swami's temple for 5 days, from 4 o'clock in the morning to the night 10 o'clock, you know. And in that temple, the Jain people, you know, they are very, very rule-making. That when you are in the temple and sitting next to Swami, you can't drink water, you can't eat anything. And whoever brings everything, they will take it away, you know. So for 5 days I was there, and when they were doing the Pran Pratishtha of Anjan Salaka, that time I had taken the picture, and that you have seen. Where is it?
In the other room.
There in the other room at the fireplace, there is Ami tear. That Ramila got it. So many people were there, but only it came to Ramila's camera. And that was why I feel, because Dada in 1987, the last day when we were doing Aarti, he says, Ramila, here, I give you the pose for your Aarti. And my camera didn't have film. So the other guy was taking a picture. I told him, come on, take the picture of Dada. He's telling and I don't have it. So I had inside feeling very bad about it, you know. So then I saw that Swami tear came because of Dada has blessed me.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. And I always felt that, oh, when Dada asked and I couldn't. And he was the first one. Ramila was driving the car. First time when Dada came, when we were going to somebody's house where Dada was. So Dada says, where is doctor? He was there in the morning. And then Dada took a nap and then we were going. Where is Dr. Niruben? He says, the Niruben says, Dada, doctor is in the office seeing the patient. Then Dada said, then who is driving the car? Dada is sitting there. Then I was right next to him locking the door. I said, Dada, Ramila is going to drive the car. He said, oh. Then he's sitting in the car and he's telling me that you are the first one.
First woman to drive.
First woman to drive the car, and I'm sitting next to you, Niruben and Kaviraj. They are sitting right there. He says to him, do the satsang to Ramila with them too, and I will do the vidhi. And then he's sitting, and then I'm closing his belt, right? Front seat belt. He says, no. I said, no, Dada. I am the driver. I can't drive you without the belt. You have to wear. So I made him.
You made him put his seatbelt on.
And then he's sitting like this way, okay? And then he's doing the prayer.
Do you need me?
You just take a break.
Yeah. And we had to take the food, So I always, from the starting, wherever we go, I take the food for lunch, dinner, the breakfast, this, that. So I already had that and I forgot that. And we went all the way down and then I remember. And here Dada says that I am praying and you guys do. Then I said, sorry Dada, Ramila forgot the food, we have to go back. So while coming back, he said, telling this. Now, we all came, but we didn't see Sudatma in everybody, all the trees and car went by and everything. We didn't see Sudatma, so we have to see Sudatma. We didn't see it, that's why we are going back.
Yeah.
And then we took the food and then we went, right? And that was the first time Dada said, I have ever sat with a lady who is driving. And that was the blessing. Dada has given me such a blessing. It's so powerful that there was a big Janma Jayanti in India. And it was a tornado there, wow. Yeah. And we had to leave that place. And after Janma Jayanti, even Deepak Bhai was giving darshan, the things fell down and this and that. Anyway, so we got in the car, the tire was already inside the mud. So suddenly some 6-7 people of young boys came with a string and they pulled my car out and we went on the road. And I told Shirish, we just go away. So we started driving. Then Sanjay's phone comes, where are you guys? I said, we are in the road, we are going home. Adalaj. He said, no, wait there, wherever you are, I'm sending you the driver. Ramila said, no, don't send. And then 9 hours, he called 9 times. Okay? It took 9 hours to reach Adalaj. It was only 5 hours drive because of the tornado. But I can feel it that it was the presence of Dada who was driving the car. And then Deepak Bhai said next day, what happened to Ramilaben? She got a help? So Sanjay said, Ramilaben, I go on telling her, but she says, no, we are reaching. Dada is driving, we are coming. And so that is how. Then Deepak Bhai also said this, Ramilaben, Dada is always with her, so we don't have to worry about her. So that is what happened, So I feel that certain ways Dada just bless you and things just happens. It is just amazing. And that is why Ramila tells all, even the Western people, everybody, we all are one. Never think that you are different than us. We all are one because in us, all of us, we are awake with Dada's knowledge in ourselves. So we are all one, and when we are together, the light is so powerful that it blesses us. Sitting with Dada, like right now we are sitting, my hair is going up on my hand. But Dada's presence is there, so never give up and never leave Dada. No matter what somebody says, never leave it because Dada is in everybody. And so always feel that presence, and if you have some negative things, come and talk to me. I will make you So I will make you understand why things are happening. But it is just Vyavasthit. And Vyavasthit is testing us, it is testing. So that is the thing. So I talk too much now, let's see.
For those of you that just arrived, Dada was here in this home. And he sat in this chair and he blessed this house. He slept in the upstairs, stayed here for 3 days. And
for 5 years, 2 times. So in a year, 6 days. Every 6 days.
And then
amazing.
After
just
that,
truly
then,
amazing.
Yeah.
After that, then Niruma and Deepak Bhai also came here every year and spent quite a lot of time for the next till 2005 or so. And then it became too big, so everybody
do it. And then I remember the story you told me in Reno when you had an event here. You had everybody stay at the house here.
Yeah.
And how many people did you have?
35.
Yeah. So this was in
First Guru Purnima, where we had the
Sleeping
house.
bags everywhere and mattresses. And then the men slept in the sleeping bags and they had mattresses spread out all over the place.
That was in
Upstairs everywhere.
1991. We used to have a Guru Purnima event, was just a one-day event until 1 or 2 days maximum. Even DADA BHAGWAN's time. Everybody came, did the darshan and then left. But in 1991, first time we decided that we will have a Guru Purnima, which is for 5 days. And at that time Niruma was not here. But that's the first Guru Purnima Sudha came to, Vinod Bhai came to, because I gave him the book about who am I in 1990, and then in 1991 Guru Purnima he came first time. But Vinod Bhai was here, Kaviraj was here, and we had friends from New York and everybody. So those days people didn't stay in hotels. Our tradition is really we stay at each other's house, not in the hotels, right? So we had about 30 people here, 35 people, and just mattresses here, and every room mattress
and
here.
Then,
How many bathrooms do you have?
1, 2, 3 bathrooms.
Wow, that's amazing.
So even now we welcome guests. Many people stay here.
Yeah.
Even now Khushbu and
Arpit, everything coming.
and Nikhil and one other friend from New York, they're going to stay with us during this event. Yeah.
And at Dada time, what we used to do, Dada used to stay 3 days here, right? So for us, it was not like, hey, Dada, don't go, don't visit him, he's sleeping, nothing. The house is open for everybody. So people used to come like a river, and everybody go to Dada's room, talk to him, come down, have the lunch or dinner, whenever they come, they are supposed to be here, and it was flowing like a river, people.
Yeah, there was no designated time this is time.
No, you can't go, you can't do this,
nothing. Anybody can come anytime, and not our house only, but other places are even.
Yeah.
You could get there at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then whatever he is doing, you join that activity. And there was not like a formal satsang. So you are sitting there, you ask question, and then you go away, and then somebody else comes and asks a question. I'll tell you his typical day, because I saw it in India very much. When I was in India in 1983 only, I went to India for 1 week.
December, huh?
Yeah. And then Dada would get up at about 5 or 6. And luckily Dada said, you stay with me. So for 1 week I was in Ahmedabad with Dada. One room was the Niruma and Dada. And next room was me and a few Aptaputras. So we were together in the same house. So Dada would get up at 5:36, and then the doors open and you can go in there. And he would sit on his bed, and there's a small stool, and then he will do his brush, everything, and then after that
breakfast is
people
coming.
would keep on coming, and then they will do vidhi, and then some satsang, and there's nothing like formality. It's open house, and then 9-10 o'clock he would have some breakfast, and it's like a river, as he said, just people keep on coming and going and coming and going, no appointments or nothing. And then 12:30 again he would have lunch, sitting in front, like Deepak Bhai is having now. He will sit there and he will eat, and everybody's watching him.
And everybody, whoever has come, they have lunch, and men will sleep here.
Yeah.
and the ladies will sleep in that room. Lie down and just lie down and take a nap.
Yeah, and then
And then 4 o'clock
then when I was in India, Dada then would have his bath around lunchtime, and then he would have his lunch. And after lunch, he would go for rest for 2-3 hours. He would come down at 4 o'clock, and then again tea and some snack, and then again the whole flood of people are coming and going and coming and going. And the dinner also in right there on the table in the same room.
And we are just sitting around.
And keeps on going till midnight.
Yeah.
No, not midnight, around 10, 11 o'clock. And Dada would say like this, Dada Bhagwan.
Then you must say
That's the
it's
signal
time
now, it's over now.
Seriously, I have a question.
Yeah.
I remember you told a story once about why did Dada want you to stay near him? I mean,
Yeah, he told me that, right?
Yeah,
So
why?
this is one time what happened was I was in Kenya, and we in Kenya we were with him for
86.
3 weeks. It was a very intimate time I had with Dada. And then one evening he said, one morning actually he says, Doctor, you don't come to satsang, you know. I said, no, Dada, I'm there every day. I come, as soon as my office is over, I come, and then I have to go and do, I'm there every day. But no, you have to sleep with them where we are sleeping, you know. So then I said, okay, Dada, we'll do that. So this happened in 86, August 86. So then 87 when he was in, I did stay a few days with him. And the idea is, you know, in his vicinity are very powerful vibrations, you know.
Yeah.
And he is doing his vidhi and sending his blessings and all those things. It's very subtle things are happening. And you will also notice this too, right? Even when we go to Guru Purnima, those 5-7 days are unique, right? They cannot be repeated.
Magical, no?
Because there's so much beautiful vibrations and his subtle energies are being given to you. You know, he's even in, he says all night long he's praying and visiting all the Mahatmas. That's he said. He sleeps only 2 or 3 hours a night.
So you just got prayer the whole
Yeah.
time. He wanted
Praying,
to
even he probably is praying individually to Holly and everybody. He says, I come to every house in America, but some of you guys are sleeping.
Yeah, you guys are sleeping when I come.
And some of you do take my phone.
So at night, like if you observe yourself, at night around 2:30, 3:30, you are always getting awake. That time Dada has come to you to see and do the darshan. But we are sleeping. So we don't have that awareness that, oh, Dada has come, Jai Satyan, Dada, Jai Satyan. But Dada was saying like that. Sushma rite Dada is coming to you.
Say it again.
Very
Shushma.
Sushma.
subtle way.
Very subtle way.
Shushma.
So many
Shirishbhai,
such-
can you talk about the first time you met Dada and how it changed
Yeah.
you?
The first time I met Dada was on a Thursday, I believe. So I was into all kinds of spirituality before, you know, Yogananda and Bhagavad Gita and all those things, and also very involved in this administration of these organizations also. So also I used to go to so many people come to Southern California from India, you know, all the sadhu santos, so we would go there. So this way, we were following Bhagavad Gita, and we had a class going on once a week. We would meet to study Gita, and there was one person by the name Arun Shah.
Okay.
His father was a Mahatma in Ahmedabad,
Oh.
and so when Niruma was coming here, Dada, and then he told, my son is in Los Angeles, you go and visit him. So he was part of our group. So the very first satsang of Dada in Los Angeles, luckily, you know, I always feel so much blessed because, you know, we got to see him. There are so many people in LA, they meet us and tell us, wow, Dada was here, we didn't know about it. Dada was here, we didn't know about it. But we were lucky to be invited to the very first satsang. And so it was a very small crowd, maybe 10 to 12 people only. Of the 10 to 12 people, 5 had come from India.
Wow.
And then host, and then about 10, 12 people. So I got an opportunity to talk to him. He talked to me most in that satsang, about 1 hour almost, 1 hour. And he asked me first, how did you come? Did you come here yourself? I said, yes, I came by myself. He said, did you do you require a car to come here? I said, yes. No, you never, we had never met a person a saint who would ask questions like this. We always lecture. This was a simple man, very simply dressed and asking questions. How did you come here? Car? Yes, we'll have a car. But can you come here without a car? Yes, I can get another car or come by taxi. No. He says, what if you're coming in a car and your car has a puncture? Can you come here? No. If you have no petrol in the car, can you come? This way he said, then why you are claiming that you came here? Why you are saying you didn't come? All these things brought you to here, All this. Now nobody has thought about it, right? That you don't do anything, right? And then I started thinking. And then when that story was over, then next he says, what have you done in your life? You tell me, what you have done in your life? I said, I became a doctor. And he says, oh, did you become a doctor by yourself, or you needed medical school and teachers and professors and patients and everybody else? Then he said, I said, no, you're right, we require everything to become a doctor, including money and intelligence, everything. Then he says, he kept on saying for half an hour, just taking my examination. Then, what have you done? I said, then Dada, I don't know. I haven't done anything. Looks like I haven't done anything. Then he said, then he gives the example of this building a temple and donation and everything, and then make me understand that it's the intention that you've done, the relative. All the intentions is what you have. So that was our talk first time, 1 hour.
And you will see that photograph right there in that room. There is an album, you see that album.
Yeah.
Sirius is laughing so much when Dada is making all this saying, and he's laughing so much. It is there in that picture.
Yeah. Also in that,
all even his room's temple going, that picture also is in there. You will see all that thing.
But anyway, so this was the first meeting, and then after that, this is the Gnan Vidhi on Saturday, and then I didn't go for the Gnan Vidhi again. I got it on Monday. So, but it was interesting, we always talk about destiny, we always talk about what is free will, and we had talked about that 1,000 times, but nobody said that this kind of a thing, that really you don't do anything at all, it's all intention. The first time I heard that, to me that was really interesting. And our intellect can accept it. So now, if you have, we can go to the room, and I have a video, very nice video, of Dada's last visit to this house in 1987. So it's 1 hour, but we'll skip something and we'll kind of try to finish it.
But like Ramila says, hunger is there. So food also is ready. So you take your food and then sit down and watch that TV. Is that all right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we can do both together. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you take some food and sit down and then find a place. We'll have to squeeze in a little bit and we'll move the chairs a little bit, together. But we can fix that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get out. Come dark. बानो लॉक कर दे महेंद्र આપણે અંદર જાય છે થોડી મૂવી અંદર પાડીએ પછી કરીએ This is Mahendra Mama's house and the shop. And today is what day? Today is 26th Wednesday. Wednesday 1987.
પછી
દબાવ્યું તે રેડ બટન યા બસ એ ક્લોઝ ને બેકવર્ડ
જય સચિદાનંદ દાદા ભગવાનના જય જયકાર દાદા ભગવાનના
फिर आज चेयर पर बैठे हैं दादा
ओ सॉरी बच्चे आता छुपा
बराबर से अभी दादा Who wants to come forward? Ramilaben, agar आओ. ये मेरे साथ. नाम आवा था. जगह है या पकड़े से? Shirishbhai. सरगाय जा. भैया कोई नया 70
जय श्रीमान स्वामी प्रभु
Jaya Simandara Swami.
Luka, बताइए आपको नाम?